Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Snakebite. We missed you last week and hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Here at Florida Southern TV, we have a lot to be thankful for, and it starts off with Florida Southern sports, of course. So let's roll that intro and get into it. Before our hiatus to celebrate Thanksgiving, we got to witness a historic performance from Sydney Gomes of the women's basketball team. Last Saturday night, the Mocs had their best game of the season up to that point, where we saw contributions across the board from the Mocs rotation on both sides of the ball to completely shut down the Palm Beach Atlantic Sailfish. The Mocs had a slow start offensively to begin the game, but remained even with the Sailfish 14-14 after the first quarter. There was no stopping the Mocs as they shot 53.8% from the field for the final three quarters, in great part thanks to Sydney Gomes' historic performance I mentioned earlier. In the win, she posted just the 5th triple-double in school history and the most points in a triple-double since 1995 in the 86-65 win. I had the chance to talk to her after the game about her performance.
I'm here with a history maker, Sydney Gomes right now. Sid, the first triple-double since 2018, the most points in a triple-double since 1995. What does that mean?
Honestly, it's really special. I mean, I feel like this team has come a long way. That's what makes me the happiest. We work every day in practice, and I couldn't do it without them.
And you talk about working as a team today, and you guys showed that on both ends of the court. Let's start defensively. You guys showed great heart and also disrupted their whole flow. What went into that?
This team never gives up. I mean, we had a really good game plan. I feel like we executed it 100% well. Everyone came together and really focused on what we needed to do, and we got the job done.
And then career high in assists, and we saw a contribution from everyone. We saw it from Kat, we saw it from Lily, we saw it from everyone. What went into that, and how are you guys hoping to keep that rolling?
It's really good to see what this team is capable of. I mean, I feel like this is our first game where we kind of all did our thing out there and looked like a really good team. So I'm excited to see who's coming next.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sid. Congrats.
The Mocs then traveled up to North Carolina during Thanksgiving break in their first road games of the season to take on Fayetteville State and Mount Olive in back-to-back days. The first matchup, the Mocs were unable to find any real rhythm against the preseason number 10 team in the country, as their offense was unable to get into a real flow due to turnovers, which led to easy points for Fayetteville on the fast break in the 80-57 loss. The lone bright spot in the game was their 27-point third quarter, but unfortunately for Florida Southern, that was their only quarter with double-digit points in a game where Gomes and Rangard had 13 points each. This left just one more game for their road trip against Mount Olive, where the Mocs would do no wrong. They found themselves down 7-0 to start the game just a minute in, but evened things up with 6:30 left in the first quarter and never looked back, as they led the remainder of the game due to major contributions from many, including Sydney Gomes, who continued her historic run over the last week as the second Moc ever to record 2 triple-doubles in a career and season. The other being Kelly Charon, the only other Moc with those 2 career triple-doubles in 1995, and she has the least amount of time between the 2 triple-doubles in program history Sydney Gomes does, with just 7 days between those 2 performances. Gomes wasn't the only star for the Mocs in this one, with Lily Rangard posting a new career high, 23 points in 40 minutes of play. Anna Danish also recorded a new career high with her first career double-double in the 74-55 win. The Mocs then had a few days before taking on the University of Tampa Spartans at Tampa during our production time. Be sure to check out fcmocs.com for final results.
The number 23 men's basketball team had more than an eventful last 2 weeks of play that kicked off with an in-conference action at home against Palm Beach Atlantic, a team that has never won in Lakeland. The game kicked off how the whole game would go, with back-and-forth scoring and stops by both sides. And entering half, Jaden Booth hit a three-pointer, which was followed by a block from Peyton Gerald, but strong PBA free throw shooting kept the Mocs down 1 entering half. The second half remained back and forth, with each team going on runs, leaving the Mocs with the lead up until the final 3:38 of regulation, when PBA regained the lead for the first time since the end of the first half. From that point on, both teams kept battling it out until the very last moment, when PBA hit a buzzer-beater putback layup to break the hearts of Florida Southern. The Mocs had a 6-day break in action over the start of Thanksgiving break before the Mocs hosted the Century Retail Thanksgiving Classic. They kicked off the tournament taking on Clark Atlanta, a rematch of the second round from last year's regional where the Mocs came out on top, and this one had the same intensity. The Mocs came out firing, making 2 quick three-pointers in the opening moments of the game, and the Mocs got out to a big lead halfway through the first, but Clark Atlanta showed their pedigree as they climbed back with their defensive pressure and scoring in the paint to make it a 1-point game with 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Florida Southern responded strongly to close out the half up 41-31. The second half was much closer with Clark Atlanta showing a new-look defense with full-court pressure as they continued to mix up their half-court sets possession by possession, and this new-look defense forced turnover after turnover for the Mocs, making it close as the second half progressed, with Clark Atlanta coming within 4 of the Mocs with 13 minutes left in the second. The Mocs continued to battle through, though, to secure the win despite some late-game scares from Clark Atlanta, but Jaden Booth's free throw shooting kept the Mocs up, securing the win. And that wasn't all Jaden did either. Booth hit 1,000 career points, becoming the 48th player in Florida Southern history to do so, and Carl was able to catch up with him after the game for this interview.
It means a lot. You know, there's a lot of greats that have come before me. There's a lot of great teammates that have helped me get to this point. A lot of good plays that coach has drawn up for me. So it's just a testament to the guys around me, to the hard work that I put in. So it means a lot. Super grateful. Real quick, special shout out to my grandma who was in the hospital like literally 2 days ago and drove all the way from Omaha to be here. So she's the biggest fan I have, and it was pretty special for her to be here on this special night. So.
And then you helped make this night even more special by helping the team close out with your free throws. I know free throws have been a big point of emphasis for you this year to get the team going and yourself. What did that mean for you tonight?
It meant a lot when I hit them, you know. I struggled there for a minute, but I was glad to hit those 2 to kind of close it out. But I think the free throw line is a great place for our whole team to get a rhythm. We attacked the paint really well. We got shooters, so when we get those shooters to the line, we get a really good rhythm. So about time we hit those last 2, but yeah, great win.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jaden. Congrats.
Thanks.
Back to you, Jim.
All right, very good call. Thank you very much. And
Booth didn't slow down either as he had another 20-plus point outing in the next game against Morehouse University, a team that, like Clark Atlanta, is one of the best 2-win teams in the country. Morehouse looked to press the Mocs early, but got the most offensive success out of the Mocs made mistakes. Try to say that 3 times fast off of a lack of patience and control in the early high-paced offense shown by the FSC attack. But after some early struggles, the Mocs opened the game up with their free-flowing and more controlled offense, putting them up 11 at half. The second half was a different story, though, with Morehouse attacking the paint and doing so at a similar pace to the Mocs attack. But after getting even with 13 to go in the second, the Mocs regained control and closed the game out despite some foul trouble, winning 77-63 in Dominic Denny's 100th game as a Moc. The men's basketball team didn't have too much rest after the win over Morehouse, as they had to take on the number 23 team in the country and their biggest rival, the University of Tampa Spartans, down in Tampa. The Spartans came into the game undefeated on the year and looking to get a huge win against Florida Southern. The first half started with 2 Peyton Gerald buckets before the Mocs went on a strong run, which the Spartans responded to in what turned into a back-and-forth first half. The Mocs just outscored Tampa 40-38 in an exciting first half, defined by their ability to protect the rim, as the Mocs had 4 blocks in the first half, showing why they're the top shot-blocking team in the country. The second half, Tampa looked to respond, but it continued to be a back-and-forth battle for the remainder of the game, with neither side finding themselves up by more than 5 points in the second half. In the end, it all came down to Jaden Booth and Alex Steen. There's no better duo to put the fate of the game in, as Steen got an offensive board, dished it out to Booth for the game-winning shot with 2 seconds left. You know it went in. Mocs 82, Spartans 81.
Both swimming teams were back in action at the IRSC Invite last week. The women came in second, falling to only Indian River State College. The 200 free relay opened the event with Sales, Reed, Sykes, and Hunter finishing in second with a time of 1:35.20. Bennett followed up with a third-place finish in the 500 free, and Voroshazi fell short after a strong showing in the 200 IM, coming in second. The 400 medley team of Sally, Paredes, Sykes, and Hunter took third with a time of 3:51.81. Sally, Pelletier, Sykes, and Sales finished third in the 200 IM on the final day of team competition. In individual events, Hunter kicked off the day with a second-place finish in the 100 free with a time of 51.87, and Olivia Miles won the mile swim with a time of 17:18.83 with Emma Salmons in third. Selly came back in second with the 200 back with 2:05.43, and Hunter found the top of the podium with a 51.13 time in the 100 free. Alizé Pelletier continued the momentum for the Mocs with a third-place finish in the 200 breaststroke, and the final podium finish came in the 200 fly as Sykes came in second place. The women will head back to IRSC on December 13th. Be sure to look out.
The men's team also put up a fight in the meet, but fell just short as they came in second with 840 points. The Mocs kicked off the second day of competition with the 200 medley team consisting of 𝙏𝙃𝙀 𝙎𝙉𝙀, 𝙎𝙃𝙀, and Wilson, who finished in second with a time of 1:28.13. The 200 free relay team continued the momentum with Neville, 𝙏𝙃𝙀, 𝙎𝙃𝙀, and Wilson coming in second in 1:20.88. 𝙏𝙃𝙀, 𝙏𝙃𝙀, 𝙎𝙃𝙀, and Wilson rounded out the day coming in second in the 400 medley relay with a time of 3:16.57. And in solo events, Kraus came in third in the 500 free finals with a time of 4:30.91. Wilson followed with the second place in the 100 free with a time of 44.36. Frezzi came in third in the 200 breaststroke with a 2:02.77 time. And the men, like the women, will be going right back up to our IRSC for a dual meet on December 13th.
The Mocs volleyball team finished the last two games of the season with a tight 2-3 loss against Florida Tech and a huge 3-2 win over Nova Southeastern for senior night. Sandra Suzuki once again led the way with 17 kills and 5 digs. Mackenzie Peterman was not far behind with 9 kills, 10 digs, and a team-high 3 service aces. Madison Fowler tied for 10th in the Mocs record books with 7 blocks, and with the win over the Sharks, the Mocs finished with a 15-13 record overall and a 9-11 in the Sunshine State Conference. The Mocs honored seniors Caroline Chambers, Mackenzie Peterman, Zoe Lowe, Madison Barton, Sandra Suzuki, Madison Fowler, and Kirsten Kraus for all their hard work they have contributed to this team. Sandra Suzuki, and Madison Fowler both were awarded all Sunshine State honors, with Suzuki earning second team honors and Fowler earning third. Fowler finished her career as a Moc ranking 10th in career blocks with 325 and 7th in career blocks per set with 1.03 in program history.
And we can't end the show without talking about Christian Giller, who continues to rewrite the FSC record books at the Division II Cross Country National Championships, where he finished 41st overall, just 1 spot off of All-American. This was the best finish in program history and the fastest time ever ran at the national competition by a moccasin, with Giller finishing the 10K distance in 30 minutes and 31 seconds. Giller will return to action in just 1 day on the indoor track as he competes up at Grand Valley State in a sub-14-minute 5K attempt. Good luck, Gilly. And that will be it for this week's edition of the Snakebite. But another big shout out to Ashley Schinberg. The grad transfer has done a lot for Florida Southern Women's Soccer, and she's just been awarded the D2 CCA All-South Second Team Award. Make sure to check out the Sydney Gomes interview I got. Great one after her first career triple-double. We'll see you next time on the Snakebite.